While watching this video, there is a massive double header that can be seen in the backdrop. For a more in-depth understanding, I would appreciate it if you could watch this video. According to a statement released by Standard Charter, the company has begun operating trading desks for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. This announcement was made today, taking into consideration the interdependent nature of everything that exists. This is significant because the Standard Charter is applicable to Zodiac markets and custody, which provide a diverse variety of services, including trading over the counter and custody, amongst other things. This is the reason why this is relevant. When viewed from this perspective, looking back to the year 2023 is an event that is filled with a great deal of significance. Apple has acquired the name Mao for their company. Exactly why am I going through this at this very moment? This is especially crucial because Ripple and Standard Charter Zodiac Custody are actually working together, and you also have them because they merged on the Michael network when Ripple acquired it. In addition, you have them because you have them. We are making a very, very bold statement, and that is that we are saying that joining forces on this institutional network for digital asset flows that cover sub-crowd trading use cases and beyond is a key step on the way to developing truly trustworthy digital asset infrastructures all over the world. This is a statement that we are making. These are the statements that we are going to make. The fact that Standard Charter holds an equity investment in Ripple is something that must not be ignored and must be taken into consideration. It was in the year 2016 that they were able to successfully complete a proof of concept, which finally resulted in the production of the very first application in the whole history of the entire world. Indicative of the fact that the technology is operating effectively is the fact that the letters have been dispatched. A clear indication of this is the fact that the letters have been distributed to various individuals. Since it was a successful proof of concept in 2015, you are probably wondering why they are not making more use of it. This is a reasonable question to ask. This is due to the fact that it was a proof of concept that was successful. This is the case taking into consideration that you ought to be aware of this by this point in time. For the time being, you ought to assume this to be something that is obvious to you. You will be able to acquire an understanding of the issues that these panelists are committed to fighting for if you only take a moment to browse over this list of panelists. It is necessary to have a look at this. During the Ripple platform, this information was discovered. I will first supply you with some information regarding the strategic objectives, institutional use cases, and efficiency optimization of Standard Chartered HSBC and MECO. This will allow me to present you with the clip that you requested. Zodiac Custody is a member of the most significant leaders in the sector, to express it in the simplest terms possible. It is probable that you keep in mind this news that was made regarding the upcoming digital ASSD custody service that will be offered by HSBC. Within the context of this particular event, Monica Long Ripple is the subject of attention. In this letter, I would like to make a request that the president of the HSBC Ripple take a look at the Mouse Standard Chartered and give particular attention to the recommendations that they offer. The significance of collaborating with other individuals is continuously and significantly being elevated to a greater level. In the event that we have a complete comprehension of the guidelines, we will be able to accomplish the goals that we have set for ourselves. The regulatory component is an essential component in ensuring that the owner of the asset is protected from harm. This is because the owner is the one who is responsible for the asset. When everything is said and done, they are able to have a level of comfort with their ownership of the object, the legal title to the item, and the secure preservation of the item. Immediately following that, I will now play you a video of a typical charter director. I sincerely hope that you found it insightful. While you are watching it, pay attention to what he has to say about an approaching storm, and bear in mind that those of us who are able to recognize this will be rewarded with great prizes. Pay attention to what he has to say about the storm. Please, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to give your thoughts in the comments section. I would be glad for your participation. I am grateful to you. That the waves are coming from below is a strong sign that they are coming from below. In the near future, it will become abundantly evident to us that the ecology of cryptocurrencies is set to undergo a huge transformation. To adequately express how delighted I am to be accompanying you on this voyage into the memorandum of agreement that is worth $1 trillion, I simply do not have the words to adequately express how thrilled I am to be traveling beside you. All of the digital assets that we have in our hands are under the supervision of the Zodiac organization currently. This conversation about digital assets would not have taken place if we had been in Washington, District of Columbia, 5 years ago. Otherwise, we would have been talking about something else. I would be grateful if you could tell me how big that custodian at Standard Chartered Bank can occasionally get. If you are able to do so, it would be greatly appreciated. In light of the fact that this is unquestionably a goal, would you be so kind as to explain how you know that this location will become a hub for cryptocurrencies ranging from to dollars? When something like this takes place, it has been brought to my attention that there is a distinction between digital assets and cryptocurrencies, and that Zodiac is the organization that is accountable for the safekeeping of our digital assets. Another way of putting this is to say that the great majority of digital assets that are currently in existence are composed of the cryptocurrencies that are directly associated with them. My conviction, on the other hand, is that within the next 5 to 10 years, a large chunk of the financial infrastructure will have been tokenized. This is something that I am confident will happen. According to my beliefs, this is something that will take place. This may include digital currencies that are issued by central banks, which are currently among the few digital currencies that are available. At the moment, there are a relatively small number of digital currencies. Furthermore, the incorporation of stable currencies that comprise tokenization of genuine assets is likely to take place with the possibility of this happening. Be it Jenny's discussion of the efficacy of tokenizing or digitizing money market funds, which could potentially find themselves in tokenized form currently. There is an underpinning infrastructure that differs for Dell distributed L technology in comparison to the current state of play and the degree to which Dubai or anyone else can get ahead of the game. This is the case regardless of whether Jenny is actually discussing the efficacy of tokenizing or digitizing money market funds. Regardless of whether Jenny is discussing the effectiveness of tokenizing or digitizing money market funds, this is the case regardless of the particular topic at hand. I would like to make it clear that there are trillions upon trillions of dollars that have the potential to be tokenized. This is something that I would like to emphasize very specifically. In addition to making certain that the infrastructure in question is included into the local infrastructure that is already in existence, while at the same time being subject to regulation. From this point forward, you will have a substantial edge over your competitors when it comes to the expansion of that market over the course of time and the development of ripples with the concept of cryptocurrency liquidity. This advantage will be gained by you,